assets have not been accumulated over time. We have a relatively poor economy here. The housing stock hasn't been improved or maintained.
Elkins, West Virginia, is one of the thousands of Appalachian communities facing a looming crisis amidst a chronically depressed economy.
When people are paying basically to have their heat go out their 100-year-old windows, or seep out out of their walls that have never been insulated, they're paying $300 to $400 a month just to heat their house. If you can provide something energy efficient, you're making a huge difference for that family.
Energy costs in America are on the rise. If rates continue to rise 5 to 8% annually, today's $100 utility bill will be $185 by 2015. Nearly 25% of Appalachian families live on $15,000 or less. For them, the increase will be devastating. The most vulnerable among us will have to choose between heating our home, feeding our children, and paying for medicine. Fahe provides its members with training and equipment to use energy-efficient construction techniques. They are retrofitting and replacing the dilapidated housing stock in their communities that are often the only choice for low-income families. Many of Fahe's members received their training at the New River Center for Energy Research and Training, or InterCert.
What we ultimately believe is when individuals are able to go back into their local communities and improve houses, the housing stock from a health and safety, energy efficiency, and durability standpoint, those high energy bills, a lot of times we cut in half.
An added benefit of this training is the effect that it has on the community.
Every step we took forward was kind of a step away from the way things have always been done. And as we've done that, we've included our subcontractors, our vendors, new supplies, new materials, new use of materials.
The Housing Authority has actually introduced us to some newer, greener materials.
One thing that we have done special for the Housing Authority is provide them with an eco-friendly finish, and we didn't do that before.
There's been this huge ripple effect from not being able to buy certain things locally because no one else used them, special orders that we had to pay extra for. Now a lot of those materials are just they're standard, they know. And we have other contractors who've subbed with us are now using these techniques in their buildings.
The training received provides benefit in another important way: the creation and retention of jobs.
We have our own construction crew, and that crew makes a good hourly wage. They have health benefits, and they work toward a retirement benefit.
So recently we had a local HVAC contractor come to us. Not only did he learn quite a bit during his training, but he was actually able to expand his client base and take on an additional crew.
The Housing Authority has kept us steadily busy. Like I said, since I think 1996, that's constant employment. They're probably one of our 5 biggest customers and most consistent.
Basically 1 month a year is Housing Authority work. And it wasn't for that 1 month. To be honest with you, one out of 6 of those guys, maybe 2 out of 6 would probably not be employed with me.
This new kind of construction can be a scalable means of creating jobs, reducing energy use, and saving money. But a major roadblock still exists in the housing market. In Appalachia, the front-end cost of building an energy-efficient home is higher than its appraised value, even though the improvements pay for themselves and more through energy savings.
The cost of getting Energy Star certified, both the back-end work of actually getting certified and some of the the equipment and materials that are required, it costs money, and it's not recognized in the appraisal value of homes.
The properties have a great value of savings over and above the more conventional traditional house. What we have to look at now is how much money will that put in the pockets of the homeowner and any other homeowner who might buy that house. We have to now work with educating the lenders so that they will recognize the savings that's available. And we in the appraiser regulatory business have to work with our appraisers to make certain they have the necessary education And then above all will be the regulatory agencies. We have to now make sure that now the builders will continue to build the properties, and to do so they have to recognize a profit for doing so, or they're simply not going to be able to continue building.
In Appalachian communities like Elkins, energy-efficient home construction is an economic catalyst for local small businesses.
The impact of our construction activities, building anywhere from 7 to 12 units of housing a year, whether it's single family or rental or even acquisition and rehab, it generates about $2 million in wages and in materials that we're buying locally. And we put a big stock on buying locally with our local vendors. We have great partners here. So that's money that goes out and circulates and stays in our community.
The number of jobs that increase is staggering. You have so many individuals, and you could look at the trades profession. You have the carpenters, you have the masons, you have the plumbers, you have the electricians, you have the developers, the infrastructure for streets and site preparation, and you have the homeowners saving money. And that money goes back into the economy as discretionary income.
We're an economic engine here in our rural area, and one that isn't, one that's hidden.